It's nothing more than a shameless, cheap, lazy cash grab, and that's all it's gonna be. However, let it not be said that I don't give things a fair hearing, alright? I will watch the movie when it comes out, and when I see it, I will come back with my final verdict. So, I just got back from watching a Minecraft movie, and I'm sure you want my ice cold take. I love it. Unironically, I love it. Let me explain why. A Minecraft movie is ridiculous, like completely ridiculous. This, if you haven't seen the movie, is to its benefit. With the plot that it has, the film would have been terrible if it took itself seriously. Everybody's pretty funny, they're pretty likable, there were a few fun scenes, like seriously I couldn't stop grinning during the Elytra scene when the gas were exploding like tokusatsu villains. It was great. Does that mean a Minecraft movie is a tokusatsu, or counts as a tokusatsu? Arceus almighty, I hope not. Obviously I can't beat around it, the movie is ugly as sin. I will say, however, the CGI works really well for a lot of animals, and especially the piglins and golems. Or golems? I don't know. Big guy. But not the monsters and illagers, just because they still set off my fight or flight response. I don't like that. The golems, like I said, they look really good. I've heard the critique that the world doesn't really feel like Minecraft. And I have to agree, but it also has that feeling that it couldn't be anything else but Minecraft. Is, you know, block. The contrast between human characters and the weird blocky world is pretty neat, and has a lot of silly moments that made me laugh. There were some good scenes. Hell, they even made a really cool homage to the GOAT, Technoblade, saying that he's a legend.
It's a legend.
And damn man, he sure is. Now, we know how it looks, but how's the sound? In all honesty, pretty good. They use a lot of sounds from the game itself, and any new or added sounds that they added fit pretty well. Sweden and Pigstep both make their appearances in the film, which is what I was kind of hoping for. Pigstep is my favorite song in Minecraft, so it totally made my day getting to hear that. The movie itself has some musical numbers to it, and I'm pretty sure most, if not all of them, are performed by Jack Black himself. But they're short, they're kind of catchy, and you know what? I'll say it, they're fun. Hell, the film's pretty self-aware. So the other characters tend to kind of, cringe or comment on his songs, like the Lava Chicken song. Absolute banger, by the way. Now, if you want to skip any spoilers, you can go ahead and skip to here. I'll leave a timestamp in the description as well. Basically, the first part of the film takes place in Idaho. I'm so sorry. Minecraft Kid and his sister Girl recently lost their mom, big L there, and decided to leave to Potato Town. There they meet Woman, their real estate agent, who has like 200 different jobs, and all the jobs don't matter, and it gets spread up literally twice. We also have 80s edition Jason Momoa, who has no money, and he just finds Jack Black's Tesseract. Bars! He finds it in like a garage thing, storage unit, it doesn't matter. So Minecraft Kid and 80s Jason Momoa kind of, hit it off. They put the Tesseract back together despite the rules, because rules are for chumps. And Girl and Woman follow them back to Jack Black's old mine that he juked an old man to get into. There's a whole lot of nothing that happens, at least from a plot standpoint. They have a whole B story where Minecraft Kid's principal falls in love with a nitwit villager who finds his way into the real world, and they go on a really long and weird date where he's saying absolutely nothing, and she's talking her ear off at him. It's weird, and the longer it goes on, the funnier it gets. I think they go back to it like 2 or 3 times. So that was pretty good. Basically, in the A story, Jack Black has been kidnapped by piglins in order to take the Tesseract, because then they'll be able to take over the overworld or something. And while he's imprisoned, he's able to escape, and he sends his dog off to keep it safe in the real world or something. None of this makes sense, and there's a whole lot of plot holes if you think about it for more than 2 seconds. Does it make sense at all? No? Good. It's not supposed to. So our main goobers have the Tesseract or whatever, and for the most of the film, they have it. Part of it gets busted near the start, so they need to steal one from a woodland mansion. During that time, they fight the piglins like twice, one of which is just an ambush, but I keep saying JD's. 80s Jason Momoa gets to beat them up a little bit. They do have... You can tell that they didn't care when they were making this film, or that it was a massive joke, because one of the major characters, at least for 10 minutes, is a character named General Chungus. No, I'm serious. I saw that, like, a day before I watched the film. And I was angry. I was angry about this. It made me mad. And then I saw him talk. You know, I got to hear him speak, and I changed my mind immediately. It was hysterical. If you played Crash of the Titans, one of the worst Crash Bandicoot games there is, he's very similar to Tiny in that game, where he's this big, threat, and he's just like, Crash, I'm really cross with you.
Crash, I really am cross with you. I'm just trying to do my job, and you go and cause all this chaos.
It's a funny idea, but it's done way better in this movie than it is in Crash of the Titans. Anyway, back to the little, plot summary, I guess. So, the big bag evil pig, Malgosia, she steals the Tesseract back after they get the other part for it. And she basically just makes the sky dark so she and her little friends don't zombify in the sun, and they, charge through the nether portal that they came out of. I guess their plan is to just destroy everything so that creativity is dead. And the reason for that being, the nether has a thing called Nether's Got Talent, where Malgosia wanted to do a dance to Pig Step, and nobody liked it, so she said, you know what? Time for bad guy. That's literally the plot of Malgosia. So they charge through the giant nether portal, and we get like a smaller Minecraft equivalent of the portal fight scene from Endgame with a bunch of like iron golems. So after a bit of like battle nonsense, the Goober Squad steals back the Tesseract and makes all the piglins die. There's actually a pretty funny scene near the end where Malgosia keeps trying to convince Jack Black that she has something to tell him with her dying breath, only for him to be like, I know you have a knife on you and you're going to try to stab me. Because, that's a trick she pulled on a baby piglin at the start. He like drew a little picture for her, and she's like, oh, that's neat. Come here, let me see. So she keeps trying to do that to Jack Black, and every time he's like slapping it out of her hands. It was pretty funny. She tries it like 3 times, and then she dies. It's just like, oh no, I really do have something to tell you. It's about you. No, seriously, come here. No, get closer. It was great. I even found one of those little Karen articles to make sure the movie's safe for children. Its target audience. So I'll read that in just a bit. Parent's Guide to Minecraft. Is Jack Black's video game movie okay for little kids? The prime audience for this movie. Alright. Take heart, parents. A Minecraft movie isn't near as bad as the trailers make it out to be. That's true. Based on the widely popular video game, fantasy comedy film. It is a comedy. It's pretty funny. Deeply strange fever dream. Also gets a few genuine laughs. It's entirely surprising when you realize it was directed by Jared Hess. Stars Jack Black, who fully commits to all the gobbledygook about magic orbs and killer pigs. Despite lukewarm reviews, Minecraft is expected to top the box office. Hell yeah! How safe is it for your kids? All right, we'll go over everything. Well, not everything, but we'll go over the little things. Is it kid friendly? again, that still makes me laugh, because it's like, that's the entire point of this movie. For the most part, yes, although children's 8 and younger might be frightened by some of the action sequences, I don't think this would have scared me when I was like 5. There's like a couple scenes that might actually, be a bit spooky, but that's more like the third act, when everything's, seems pretty dire or whatever, with, Malgosia and the other piglins turning the sky dark, looks like Judgment Day, spooky stuff, or the Vindicators chasing Minecraft Kid around. But yeah, an early scene, Garrett, Dawn, and the kids are chased by skeletons shooting flaming arrows and riding enormous spiders. That wasn't really that scary. This is incorrect. They don't rip a sheep to shreds. They just kind of rip his wool up to kind of shear him. They make it sound like it's this gory thing. It's not. There's a creepy scene with a mob of creepers, which are essentially dead-eyed plant creatures. I refuse to believe that they're plants. I refuse to believe it. An innocent chicken becomes lunch. That's so funny to me. The jarring, the heads, that bothers me. If you're not aware, that's Chungus, by the way. Is it inappropriate? No, not really. It's not inappropriate at all. There are many jokes that use the word butt. I don't remember any of them. Maybe there were, but like, no. Woman says what the hell at one point. But that was also in the trailer. They changed the thing in the trailer where she's looking over at the sheep or whatever. They changed it to what the heck instead of what the hell. She does say what the hell at some point. I don't remember what happens. Aside from Black's deranged performance, I would describe him as deranged. The guy's a lunatic, and I love him for it. It's really not that sexual. It's really not sexual at all. The whole principal and nitwit villager thing. The closest thing you could say is there's a post-credit scene where she's trying to, or not a post-credit scene. It's like a credit scene where she's in her office and she's like trying to feed the villager some bread, which for those who are unaware, and I mean, how could you not be aware? That's how you breed villagers, is you give them bread. They give each other bread, and then they have a baby. But yeah, that's the closest thing to a sexual innuendo that there is. But yeah, kids aren't going to notice it. At the end of the day, there's less entertaining films to be watching, like The Woman in the Yard or the Snow White remake everybody hates. At the very least, you'll be having some fun watching this. It's fun, it's silly, and it makes you forget the existential panic you may or may not be dealing with. Welcome to life in your 20s, kids. It goes downhill real fast. But that's all I've really got for today. Go see the film for yourself if you're that interested, even slightly. You'll have a good time. I will